Imagine 1 second, one day you're born into this world. You had no choice that you were born. And by age 2 years old, your parents had you starting to learn math questions. By age 3 years old, they sent you off to a piano teacher. And before you know it, before you're just like, you just start walking and you're sent off to the school system. And they teach you about these different subjects like math, science, biology, and you kind of walk through the school system, and that is all you know. And so we all know this, that when you're young, your brain is not fully developed. You have not really developed a strong prefrontal cortex. And so if you are sort of going through life in a way that the system has designed you to, you never actually stop twice to think about, is this the life that you truly wanted? Because if you really think about it, we never even had school. This was like a man-made concept. We used to just hunt, gather, and the way humans work throughout the dawn of time, and we've seen it throughout things such as like the Industrial Revolution, when crops and carbs became a big staple of our diet and people had to defend the crops, is that oftentimes us humans, we like to innovate and we like to make life a lot more complex than it actually is. And that's basically where I believe modern society has kind of let us into. We are sort of in this super complicated world, and these young kids, unfortunately, are just kind of brainwashed into walking into the system. And some of the smartest kids, right? Some of these kids go to, as an Asian American, I can attest, I was fully put in the system. I went to a private school, and this was basically all I knew growing up was the American school system, which is kind of funny because this is a man-made construct. And so if that resonates with you and you never like actually thought about it twice, like, wait, why am I even doing all this? Why am I learning about these subjects that literally will never improve the quality of your life, right? And not to mention, when you're spending your prime years in school, this is a huge opportunity cost, because this is when you are most capable as a person to achieve the things that you want. And so unfortunately, the way this system's designed up is that they kind of brainwash you into thinking that this is the way life is supposed to be. And then you have all these grown adults who are barely scraping by because they don't really want you to make money. They want to keep you on a leash, make sure you just make enough just so you get by, and not really have the power and resources, right? And what you'll realize eventually when you grow up is that the number 3 most important thing, in my opinion, is money, right? You have your health, right, which can't be bought with money. If you are dying on your deathbed, it doesn't matter what if someone gives you $1 billion, you're about to be dead. Number 2, relationships, right? I don't think money is above relationships. I think relationships are more important than money, because at the end of the day, we are social creatures. We thrive. We are humans. We need connection. And if you have all the money in the world but no people to share it with, I think that is very pointless. So I think it's health, relationships, and then finally money. But the thing is, we can talk about health and relationships all day long. It's super socially acceptable to. But as soon as you talk about how much things cost, how much you're making a year, people start getting quiet. They start getting nervous, and it's kind of crazy, because this is literally the number 3rd most important thing. And you realize the reason why they do that, and they made it so you kind of are scared to talk about what literally will improve your life. Because if you have enough money, you can improve on your health, right? You'll have access to better doctors, better health care systems. You won't have to work as long hours. And so it's extremely important. Money is extremely important. And when I was young, I didn't think money was so important. I was like, oh, money doesn't buy happiness. But as I grow older, I realized, no, money does in fact buy happiness. It can even in fact buy health. It can even in fact buy relationships. So it's extremely important. And I guess what I wanted to talk about today was just how broken the system is. And I think people are finally starting to realize it. But this is something I realized years ago. I dropped out in 2021. I believe I am the first kind of sort of, Gen Z sort of dropout. I wouldn't really consider myself Gen Z, but I dropped out in 2021 before it was really even socially taboo or socially acceptable to drop out. Now everyone's trying to drop out or telling people that they're gonna drop out on social media. And honestly, a lot of them don't even drop out. These college content creators, they are simply just too scared to drop out. They will basically make college content in their college dorm room, try to be someone, and spend probably 12 to 14 hours of their day on their phones. I've literally seen some of their screen time, and I've seen behind the scenes how hard they're working at content. So there's just no way they are even trying at college, but they're not going to drop out of college because it is ingrained in them. They are just simply too scared to go against the school system and go against the Asian parent upbringing, if they are Asian, because I truthfully know how difficult that is. So I don't blame them. There's no me judging them or blaming them, but yeah, this is just like my observations, I would say, about college and about life. And what you'll realize is a lot of these people who have a lot of money live great lives. You are lying to yourself if you don't think rich people are living great lives. They are living great lives. They are extremely happy people. They do not have to worry about next sort of deadline or exam or whatever. They can do whatever the fuck they want, whenever the fuck they want, and that is true freedom. And my channel is trying to open the minds of young people who do want to do something more with their life and it not be school, because I think there has been a recent trend of people not wanting to do school. And as someone who has went against that and made a living, in New York without I have a high school diploma. I was able to make multiple seven figures without any sort of school system. I can tell you for sure this life is possible and actually super feasible. And if you want to learn more, you can message me on Instagram or leave a comment. My Instagram handle is Eric V World, WRLD. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna try to push out more YouTube, be more consistent. I just got back from Vegas and my brain is always spouting ideas, so I just need to let loose and go crazy on camera. But I'll catch you guys for the next one.